Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 3 in this series between, well, Sonic and Lucifer. You can see Lucifer over here on the bottom left hand side of the map, Sonic over here on the top right. Game 3 of this series as things do get underway. And once more, Sonic is the yellow night elf and gonna be doing some Ancient of War creeping. Over here on the bottom left, you see the Altar of Darkness. That Death Knight is already being trained up and should be ready about that 2-minute mark. So the timing on this Altar of Darkness was actually pretty standard. Meanwhile, back off to the north, the Demon Hunter is nearly done creeping out this creep camp. We are at the 2-minute 20-second mark. As this Forest Troll Trapper will get taken out, Demon Hunter is about 2/3 of the way to level 2. Death Knight now heading off to the north here. What is this Death Knight looking to do? Could he perhaps get some damage onto that Demon Hunter? No, looking for some easy skeletons and then gonna turn them into skeletal minions and perhaps try and place down a bit of pressure. That Demon Hunter unable to catch up to that Death Knight as the skeletal minions are going to be rushing through here to get in a little bit of harassment. Back down across over here, Demon Hunter going after those skeletal minions. Death Knight just going after some archers, trying to place down a bit of pressure. And while this is happening, I am assuming he is going to be doing a very fast tech to tier 2. Skeletal minions are going to force some, nope, not going to force a Wisp to try and get back inside, as this Wisp is sitting at 33 health. Ghouls all the way on the other edge of the map is going to start creeping out some creep camps, as the Death Knight does need a bit of experience in order to get to level 2 for that all-important Death Coil. Ghouls instead going to be rejoining, it appears, with this Death Knight, and perhaps will be able to catch this Demon Hunter in a little bit of a surprise. If it's able to clear out or get a good surround here, it's going to cause some problems, but the Demon Hunter is going to be well aware of it because of a Scouting Wisp, and now the Demon Hunter goes ahead and techs Immolation. Oh my goodness, Immolation causing so many problems. There was a quick detonation there. The Demon Hunter going after those units. Demon Hunter now pretty much down to no mana, as that Immolation does cost quite a bit of mana to activate and then quite a bit of mana to sustain. The Demon Hunter chasing after the Ghoul, and that Ghoul looks like it will be able to get back inside. Demon Hunter sitting at level 2. Meanwhile, the Ghouls now back on Blight, going to be just harvesting a bit of lumber as we're looking to what exactly Lucifer wants to do next. You can take a look. Death Knight still off to the north, looking to perhaps get a good surround on this Demon Hunter, but the Demon Hunter does have Immolation, as you remember, and that is never a good situation to be in. Low hit point units, that Immolation is going to be dealing high damage, and wow, this is actually very interesting. You're going to see this one Ghoul purposely slip away, and now the Demon Hunter going to be running out of mana and pretty much completely gone of mana, but forcing a Scroll of Town Portal. Blight regenerating those hit points. Not that many high hit point Ghouls are available, only maybe 3 or 4 that are going to be joining with this Death Knight, as the Death Knight did win a little bit of a small victory by pushing this Demon Hunter back, forcing a Scroll of Town Portal and emptying those Moonwells. Alright, Forest Troll Trapper and Forest Troll Berserker now joined in on the fight. Archer, oh, Demon Hunter now. Well, what is that Death Knight doing? The Death Knight going after those units, and the Demon Hunter now finally realizes, hey, that is just an illusion. There's no real reason for me to even bother with it, as we can take a look at these units still wandering around. Demon Hunter sitting at level 2, does have a Sobi Mask, will be able to get in a lot of mana burns now, as the Naga Sea Witch looking to get in some cold auras, or cold arrows. Arrows could go ahead and slow things down, as the Wand of Illusion Demon Hunters are getting into harm's way. Breath of Fire, is the Demon Hunter perhaps going to be able to take down this Naga Sea Witch? Mana Burn should do it, or is he just going to go ahead and slice? Well, come on, just Mana Burn. No mana for Mana Burn, so this Naga Sea Witch was almost able to get away, just not fast enough on land. Alright, there's a Death Coil saving up a little low hit point Ghoul. Death Knight now in trouble, as his Ghouls are low on hit points, only has the Death Knight at level 2, as the Naga Sea Witch needs to be resurrected. Panda still wandering around here. Demon Hunter heading out across, and we'll be heading back on the inside here as we're taking a look at some skeletal minions looking to put in some pressure inside this base. Ancient of Lores look like they will be able to start training up Dryads in just a moment. There's not going to be that many Crypt Fiends available, and I'm wondering what the play is going to be. You can see that 1 or 2 Crypt Fiends will be added, but we are going to be focusing more on perhaps 2 to 3 Obsidian statues for eventual destroyers. But let's also take a look. We are, yes, in fact, teching the Tree of Eternity, unlike the previous game, where we saw that he stayed at Tree of Ages for quite some time and just held on to those Dryads. Coming back across over here, Death Knight now heading off to the north. Demon Hunter is in position. There is a mana burn again. That is some big damage indeed. Death Knight now down to 87 hit points and able to hold on to that potion of healing, at least for now, not being forced to use it. If he can get back into a safer amount of hit points, things should go much better for it, as the Demon Hunter now looks to back off once more. More Crypt Fiends added. We're sitting at 38 over 50. Ghoul Frenzy now being researched. Attack rate of ghouls by 25% and increase their movement speed even further, as we're now looking at the Demon Hunter perhaps looking to finish off this Ogre Magi creep camp. Demon Hunter still sitting at 3 though. Meanwhile, the Panda could actually in fact benefit just a little bit more by getting to level 2 and getting Drunken Haze. Drunken Haze adding that debuff damage over time and missing, in addition to that Breath of Fire, so it's going to be able to do a lot of damage to these lower hit point ghouls. Now, the Death Knight is still relatively low on hit points and cannot really venture forth. When you are entering a fight with a relatively low hit point Death Knight, things generally do not go well for you, as we saw in game number 2. Meanwhile, Sonik is going to go ahead and try and take down this Ogre Magi creep camp. There's a quick Breath of Fire. What item was picked up? It looks as though I'm not quite sure who picked up what. The Death Knight, perhaps, it could have picked it up. He has a potion of mana right now, and he needs to find a way to stay alive. Death Coil goes down onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter uses a potion of invulnerability. Death Knight, is he going to have enough to perhaps finish off the Demon Hunter? No, we are not, as we're still looking at the Crypt Fiends and the ghouls attacking that Demon Hunter there. Now we see a lot of damage on both sides, and it looks like Sonik just kind of fell apart there. He was trying to venture forth, trying to do a little bit of chasing, and he just did one step too far, lost control of his Demon Hunter, and then lost control of some of the other remaining units as well. Death Knight getting back into a more healthy state of existence. Naga Sea Witch just the same. They're going to be pressing forth once more. Death Knight also still low on mana, as the Demon Hunter is going to get the benefit of rejuvenation from these Druids of the Claw. All right, it looks as though Panda currently with the one with the rejuvenation, but we could be looking at the Death Knight here, looking to do a bit of creeping, as well as the Demon Hunter is not too far away. All right, Demon Hunter, Druids of the Claw, mana burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight now looking to back again. And what is going on? Cold arrows coming through. Ghouls trying to get into position. Bears are off over here. The bears do not have, one bear did have enough mana for rejuvenation, as the Demon Hunter is climbing in hit points. He should have no problem getting them back up to 675, as the Demon Hunter the Panda's Breath of Fire does land on multiple ghouls. We see a very, very fast Frost Nova, level 2 on the Panda. Transfer a potion of invulnerability. Another Breath of Fire could come across. There you go, but a Scroll of Healing was used just in time, as the Panda is at 33 hit points, 35 hit points. Is he going to be able to get away? Death Knight, is he going to be able to get a Death Coil off onto that Panda? Yes, he is. And now goes the Panda at level 2. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter still trying to run back here. Sonik is in a little bit of trouble, as he's being forced to retreat once again. You can see also Druid of the Claw. Is it going to get taken down? Yes, it will. Now level 3 on the Death Knight. Level 2 Death Coil is in play, and that is going to be a problem. Level 2 Death Coil. Death Knight may need to pick up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, maybe even a Scroll of Healing, as we see another 80-point mana burn come down. All right, Crypt Fiend down to 195. Is it going to take a little bit of damage? Yes, it is, but it's going to regenerate pretty much back up to full after a Death Coil there. Druid of the Claw taking a lot of damage, and one more Cold Arrow should do it. It gets taken out. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 2. Lich sitting at level 1. That Frost Nova slowing down that Demon Hunter, allowing for the ground forces to get in a little bit of extra damage onto that Panda. The Panda, using that potion of invulnerability at the last moment, was able to stick around but did not back up in time for the Death Knight to get within range and land a Death Coil. All right, no Warden gonna get taken down here. Let's take a look. Lich now sitting at level 2. We could be looking at Dark Ritual as the Obsidian statue is now turning into a Destroyer. Off to the north here, you can see the Demon Hunter is gonna catch some of this. What is going down here? Easy damage now onto that Demon Hunter. A little bit of just unawareness by Sonik, not knowing where his opponent was and still opting to try and clear out a relatively difficult creep camp. All right, let's take a look at this Demon Hunter who's down to 63 hit points. No chase though, as the Death Knight is going to be able to clear out this Ogre Lord creep camp and perhaps pick up some very, very good items. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this off over here. There's that Absorb, Devour magic. Extra damage from that Destroyer. Also got a little bit of extra hit points as well, as we're looking at Immolation now on the Death Knight. Death Knight having Immolation, dealing bonus damage simply by standing next to a unit and slowly, well, burning off their flesh. All right, level 3 on the Naga Sea Witch. Tome of Agility picked up by the Death Knight. As we're now looking at the Panda off over here, he looks to try to get to level 3, but as long as the Undead keeps a scroll of healing or 2, he can completely, or he can majority, or what? He can pretty much make the Breath of Fire, the majority of the Breath of Fire damage moot, and keep all of his units alive and well as well. Obsidian statue now heading back over here to the top left. This is the other major creep camp that is left. We're 13 minutes into this game with no clear sign of a victor so far, as the Ogre Lord now absorbing some damage. All right, Death Knight getting some easy damage on that Ogre Lord. What item is this drop going to be? Jangle of Endurance, and that is going to be increasing attack speed and movement speed, as we now look at the Demon Hunter getting off a mana burn and using a potion of lesser invulnerability. Dryad's now trying to push. However, the Forest Troll Berserkers could be coming in to do a little bit of damage as well. Death Knight did in fact sell his Immolation Aura. A Death Coil did go down on one Crypt Fiend, but that Crypt Fiend looks like he is still going to get taken out. Staff of Preservation from the Panda. Panda, however, cannot use the Book of the Dead. That one Destroyer is just going to devour that magic and completely turn it around. All right, let's take a look back down across over here. Are we going to see bears now getting taken out? One bear is out, as the Death Knight is still wandering around trying to finish off the remaining units. All right, Naga Sea Witch, are we going to see perhaps a little bit more damage again? Bear unable to get to that Death Knight. There goes another Death Coil, as the Panda now down to 188. It looks like another bear will get taken out, and Lucifer looking to just add more and more and levels to his heroes, but now in comes the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter gets a quick mana burn off on the Death Knight. Death Knight is a little bit of trouble. Are we going to see a Death Coil onto some units? Level 4 now on the Death Knight, and there is the game. Lucifer taking game number 3 in the series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.